Oh yeah, I meant it when I put world record breaker in the title. This one is busting all the records ever. Grant Warwick is a psycho. He's got 86 leaks ready for you guys to check out: characters, skins, videos, art. I've got a live stream feed over here that he's going to be sharing with you as well. This guy's crazy. Seriously, he is a gaming PR person's worst nightmare. He just leaks freaking everything. Here's the culprit himself. Grant Warwick, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, bro. You forgot the leak where I die on stream. I'm so tired.
Dude, I appreciate you waking up in the middle of the night to share all of this awesome stuff with us. And it's always fun to do these with you.
I didn't wake up.
You didn't wake up? Oh, wow. You went straight through.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. People in the CC streaming know. They know.
He's been going hard recently. Thanks, man. Well, we have a lot of leaks to get through. Let's get through them quickly and effectively, including, yes, you guys see these two images here. You'll know what those mean this stream. World's first on both of those. Today we have 86 leaks, skins, characters, environments, animations, art, and we're going to do a better job. Grant wants to take more of your questions during the stream, okay? So put thoughtful questions that are relevant to what we're talking about in chat, and I'll pull them up for you on the screen, no problem. Disclaimer, of course, nothing we say during the stream, nothing Grant says or I say, is financial advice. This may be a part of your research that you're doing as you're exploring the NFT space or GameFi space, but nothing we're talking about is financial advice. And if you guys have not already, you need to be checking out Illuvitars. You know what I'm gonna do right now, don't you? You know. I'm playing the video. Yeah, you need to go to illuvium.io/Illuvitars, sign up, make sure you don't miss out on the Illuvitar sale. It is critically important. Grant, I'm just going to kick things off showing stuff that nobody has ever seen before, including,
Please.
Who knows, maybe our director of merchandise will be upset that you're showing this. It doesn't matter, because we're leaking it right now.
Straight into it. That's going to piss off a lot of people.
There it is.
Yeah, that's straight out the gate with the one I was most afraid to leak. Wow, it's all downhill from here.
It is. So tell us, what are we looking at here? I mean, this is just like, some preliminary designs on some Illuvium merchandise, right?
So, yeah, our new head of marketing, Brian, has come onto the project in the last month, and we are going to try and overhaul and push for the merchandise side of things. Now, that's not something that's going to happen overnight, but we got to start planning now. And Roger has been starting to concept up some ideas for that. Most people don't know that Roger runs his own side merchandising company on the side. So he's got a lot of experience. So hopefully working with Brian, the two can put together some crazy Pokemon level merch stuff for Illuvium.
Yeah, Brian is our director of merchandise. He's amazing. And I mean, look at the details. We got the Atlas embroidery here. You've got the Illuvium Obelisk buttons, and also potentially a large Illuvium patch on the back of the hoodie. Look at those. Look at those ILVs inside the hoodie, bro.
Yeah,
come crazy. On, man. It's so good.
I wanted that instantly. I wanted that. 100%.
100%. I want it too. Okay, looks like chat wants it too. Take my money is generally the sentiment in chat. Awesome. Letterman jacketless filth. If you don't have it, you're Letterman jacketless filth. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Look at this. 0 Forge leak? Why are you leaking all this? What are we looking at here, Grant?
I've just shared you everything this week. So this is Florian's UI update in the game. We're starting to polish everything. So when you're seeing items and stuff, this is the nice, clean update. Some things are not final, right? Like the platform underneath the weapons and stuff, but all of the UI elements, the non-art elements, is all Florian going absolutely batshit crazy on getting this polished and looking nice. So loving it.
Yeah,
Loving
this
it.
is looking really, really good. Resources needed, resources present. You're starting to get an idea of the collection aspects of the game, the different statistics over here with water daggers. It's all starting to come together for you, audience,
Yep.
isn't it? It's all
Yep.
starting to come together.
It is.
More leaks. What's this, buddy?
Oh, the new. Okay, so everyone who's been playing PB2, you're going to have to relearn the class icons. So,
Revamped icons, huh?
yeah, revamped icons. I think it is Bulwark, Fighter,
Oopsie. Oh no,
Rogue.
oops.
Oh, yep. Bulwark.
Bulwark.
These are like, we're just going through some things right now. The reason why we've updated those is because we wanted everything to be symmetrical, which is like the Illuvium style. The other reason is we've got these lynxes going in the game, and the problem with all of them is that they're too indistinguishable from each other. So we are doing things like adding VFX over the characters, and I wanted to tie in the updated class icons with the actual physical VFX visuals. So I did share a crappy screenshot of 3ds Max. Do you have that up? It's like
I
showing
don't
the
have that
different
next.
lynxes.
I have this next, but we'll probably have that later. We'll probably have that later.
Okay.
We can go over that later.
Yeah, we'll go over it later. But it's updated class icons you're going to need to learn.
Okay, got it. This is what I have right now. This is what I meant by this a minute ago. You were looking at Grant's face. Crocodile Dundee? Read him and weep, everybody. So this is an exclusive NFT that will be available to people that attend the Australian Crypto Conference, which is coming up in a couple weeks. Gold Coast, I believe. I'm going to be there. And our community manager, Rich, is going to be there. And a ton of the Illuvium staff are going to be there. And you'll be able to acquire exclusively at this event this NFT. It's a celebration, essentially, of the crypto industry that's obviously booming in Australia, Illuvium being a part of that. And we wanted to create, it's kind of cheesy, I know, but we wanted to create sort of something that sort of ties in with our intellectual property and obviously Australia, right? So anyway, this is the concept. I love it. It's in the thumbnail.
By
I freaking
Sophia.
love this. Sophia did this.
Yes, Sophia did this on our concept art team. She's a freak of nature. They all are, though, so
That's
loving
awesome.
it all coming together. Just so good.
Yep, and all you have to do is scan a QR code at the event, and boop, you can enter to win this NFT. All right, now we're moving into some skins. What are we looking at here?
We're looking at the stage 1 the tree kangaroo skin for Ireland. So like each week we're going to have new ones to release.
Dude, look at those gnarly lava claws right there, man. Those gnarly lava claws. Oof, and that tail.
Yeah, it's looking amazing in game, which I haven't really shared much of. So yeah, Fabian has been going schizo on the texturing of these. He's just absolutely killing it. It's like there was so many things happening this week, man, where I wasn't even sure if I should share it with you because I didn't want to take 2 hours to get through this video. But
there's so much. This skin is beautiful. This color palette is gorgeous. And over here, there's a little note that this character is 2 characters in one, a big sister to protect the little sister.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting detail.
Yeah, that's one of the most unique characters in the game. So
here's another one.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is one of the least leaked characters. I don't even know if the stage 3 has been leaked, but there you go. I've lost track at this point.
He leaks so much, he has no idea.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's been leaked now.
But the skin for it, amazing. That's what we're focusing on there, I guess. The details and everything going in. Just
look at that skin. Holy moly.
So cool.
That is just outrageous. Look at the boot game here. I want those boots. It's so good, man. Look at the details on the back as well. The energy coming off the back. It's so sick. Holy moly. These skins. No, you're right. You said this in a previous stream. These are the kinds of skins, like, we're going to want to grind for these skins. They've got to be good enough to make you want to grind. And these are good enough for me.
Yep. Well, we're putting in that effort. I've told every single artist who's doing stuff on the texturing and just take your time, do it right, don't rush it, because there are other things that will hold up the pipeline over art. So there's no necessity to like rush things out because we redo them anyway. Anything we've ever rushed out for a trailer, we've gone back and updated it. Everything. I don't like, it's just literally everything we ever rushed has been tweaked or is going to be tweaked.
That's awesome. All right, here we go. We have even more to show you guys. Look at this. Yet another color palette, my friends.
The Snail Stage 2. Snaily. So cool.
Dude, look at those boots. Those are amazing. The reflections on the boots and everything, it just looks so cool.
I think this is from Jacko.
Man, that looks good. The white with the purple and everything. Yikes. That looks so Illuvium. Looks so good. So with some subtle VFX there, the glowing. Oh, just can't wait to see that in motion. And I think, yeah, here's just another background, I guess, variation here. So awesome. All right, and what are we looking at here? This one's labeled as generic suit. Don't tell me who it is, but what is it?
Well, these are just concepts that Marco has been created because there are different classes of ranger or survivors from the crash. So not everyone's obviously the same tier. You've got captains, rangers, commanders, and this would be a generic suit for non-rangers, I believe. So this isn't what you will as a player play as, but there would be some NPC characters who have different roles in the universe who aren't going out into the overworlds and capturing these characters, which we will, there is lore for all of this. I just don't want to give it away, but this is just what one of the NPCs would be in the game. You wouldn't play as this, but yeah. Got it.
Just showing off some male characters in these. Obviously, you see a lot of the female in our marketing materials, getting to see some male designs. Very cool. And here's male and female next to each other.
Yeah, this is after refinements were made, we've come to this design, and we've basically tried to make it like a slightly less interesting, slightly less heroic suit than the Rangers that you're seeing the skins for and stuff like that.
Less remarkable so that the skins are more meaningful, obviously, when you collect them. That makes sense. All right, now we are moving a bit out of the humanoid range into crazy-ass looking birds. What are we looking at here?
Well, you remember I showed the artwork in the NFT, and I was saying that there are a few things we want to work on. One of those was the eye textures. I think across the game, that's one of the big letdowns. We haven't put enough work into like the pupils and making a bit more realism pop. And so that's what we're working on next. Any characters we feel whose eyes are not detailed enough, we'll go through and tweak them. So this isn't like, obviously, I haven't rendered this inside of V-Ray. This is straight from, I think this is also Jacko. I might be wrong on that. It might be Akut. I'm a bit brain dead at the moment. But
it's okay.
I think it's Jacko. Don't kill me for that if it's not. But yeah, I think that's going to be really cool in the NFTs now because like the eyes, like the saying goes, are the window to the soul. And if they're just flat, lifeless 2D textures, you don't pull the viewer in. So updates galore, and that's what takes the NFTs from 98% to 100. That last little flick over the finish line.
It's funny that you mentioned, like, as you guys know, the eyes aren't done. Nobody noticed but you, just so you know. But the eyes are starting to look great. That's great. I love how much attention to detail you pay to all of the.
It's not just me. I can say, hey, let's increase the eye detail, but then the artists have to go in and like do all the intricate biological details. It's just crazy. But we said we would do that. Every single NFT will be 100% flawlessly perfect. And we're even getting down to the little things now, like putting in tiny modifiers on the base of the feet so that there's like 0 polygons intersecting the ground plane. Like that's the level we're going to. There will not be a pixel out of place on any of these characters.
I love it.
And that's how we'll make them stand the test of time.
I love your dedication and the team's dedication to quality. That's great. It's funny, like all these little details like eyes, or like you're obsessed with grass and stuff like that. Like all these details are on your mind, players are like, show me the characters, but these are all the little details that come together to make it that AAA look. That's going to make you truly proud and the team truly proud. Looks like we've got some links here.
So this was just conceptual, right? It's not meant to look good. It was, how do we take the updated class icons and try and weave them into the links design on the board? Because you think about it from a strategic point of view. If you're playing someone and you've got to think quickly and you're in a time-based round and they drop down 3 linkses on the enemy board, you've got to instantly know, is that a fire empath links? Is that a rogue? Is that a water rogue? You've got to instantly be able to perceive what it is. And we're doing that by adding the VFX over the top of the character in the shape of the class icon. And hopefully that's enough. We've also done work to the character's shape and form, the fur textures, as well as the VFX. So when you see them in the game after PB2, that is something we're anticipating to be maybe one of the problems. People not knowing exactly which links it is straight away. So we've got to get some feedback and see how quickly people can learn, or even if they do. So, not everything is ideal, I guess you could say, from a game design standpoint, but we do try and fix this stuff preemptively.
Well, just like on a chessboard, you can at a glance tell the difference between all the pieces.
Yeah.
They're designed that way. We need that on our board because it's even more complicated with all the VFX and all of the add-ons, all of the visual clutter that's happening on our Auto Battler board. Is this the first time we're showing this to anybody? Is that true? Did you just leak this for the first time?
Maybe I did.
Oopsie doopsie. Here it is.
I don't know. Yeah. It's Fennec Fox Stage 3.
Fennec Fox Stage 3. Behold,
I
my
swear
friends.
Maybe Stage 2 I leaked. Once again, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. I mean, realistically, the showcase, the Leaks channel, it's just for the diehard fans at this point. So,
dude, look at this cute. This is a killer cutie. This is like a, Eevee from
yes, yeah. That's what
from Pokemon. It's like
but
Eevee from Pokemon, but it'll kill you.
No, the Ninetales in Pokemon.
Ninetales, that's what I'm referring to. I'm sorry. Yeah.
There's another one inside of TFT as well. So we thought, let's add one in as well.
Wow. Just like breathtaking. It looks so cool, so original.
Yeah.
What are these little things on the tail? Can we say anything about what those are? Those little bubble-looking things?
So I believe the design of this character emits like phantom imagery, like the VFX. It like creates a giant eye using. It's hard to explain, but it's like a kind of telekinesis type thing, but it's visualized in a way in the shape of the giant eye that you're seeing on the tail.
Got it. So it's like a peacock-style defense mechanism type of idea. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is one of the last characters we're working on. I remember there was like, I don't know, 6 weeks ago or something where I was saying there's like 12 or so characters left, and now we're like down to like 8 characters left. So we're getting down into the last nitty-gritty of, can't wait to show you the Komodo dragon stuff next week. It's
yes, please.
Very cool.
Love that Komodo dragon, man. So cool. I think that's going to be a fan favorite. It's going to be like the hardcore cult fan favorite, the Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
Prop flowers. So this team's pumping out flowers. So we've got flowers here. This one's called Aryadot. And there's the size comparisons. Go ahead.
It's for Brightland Steps. So you see the detail we're putting into things down to the most minute level. And the reason why we don't really do this stuff early on in the process is because we don't know if fundamentally it will work in the composition of the levels. So you'll see probably the concept art team, as they prep for set 2 of Illuvials, work on the smaller, more minute stuff like this, little rock variations, flowers and stuff. But all of this is critical, and we can't drop the ball on this. It's every detail counts, and I think it's cool to see like kind of some weird alien flowers. That's the brief, don't make them, don't fall into the stereotypical earth-like flower patterns you see. Try and do something interesting.
That makes sense. Yeah, it needs to look otherworldly. These are cool. These are sort of tulip-esque flowers. The
So
colors,
cool.
man.
Vincent is a freak. Vincent has done stuff today. I don't think I gave it to you. I'll do it next week. He's just like, he's popping off. Every so often he'll do stuff and then he just like invents a new style, and it's just crazy. Like his shading ability has improved. He's actually brothers with Alex, our lead animator. So those two brothers are, fucking scary good.
Man, we have so much good talent on the team. Guys, we have lots of rocks to show you.
Oh,
Rocks.
yeah.
So
Non-shaded. But like, this is genius. You know what I mean? It might be simple, but when you've been doing art as long as I have, the simple stuff, doing it well and making it interesting and unique, this is like a touch on really old school masterpiece level work, like basic fundamental studies. This is one from Kendrick, who's also doing sick work on all the Shardbluff assets, the rocks. Wowee.
Oh, all the work that goes through this. It's incredible.
Down to the last detail.
Every last detail has been thought through by someone. That's so cool. Now this is interesting. I assume this is in Halcyon Sea. These are like beautiful looking coral-esque textures with, tell us about what we're looking here. We have a few of these, but these look absolutely out of this world.
So there's kit bash pieces that we use to build larger areas. So within each region, there are sub-regions that are big enough to be kind of called their own, I don't know, I guess it's just sub-region. But we need to build them modularly because these interesting things, you can't repeat 50 different assets in Unreal and get good performance on lower spec computers. So you've got to intelligently break how you're going to build the level down into its fundamental building blocks, which is what you can see down the bottom right of the concept. So you'll see that like the green, the blue, and the red are the individual kit bash elements. And from those three elements, say we have 3 different versions, we can layer those as a tunnel and then set dress over the top to add further variation. And the end result is that you have a complex area built from these Lego pieces that has been strategically blended to not look repetitive.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Look at all these just compositions. It's
Biome, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you,
Biome
Jonathan.
is the word you look for. Got it.
It's, once again, 3:30 a.m., so...
It's okay.
These are the floor pieces, yeah.
All the pieces of the floor. I love how there's, just in everything in Illuvium, you've got a reference to, let's say, real life, and then it's taken to the next level with some fantasy bioluminescence here.
Yeah.
It's really
stuff
interesting.
To be relatable.
Yep. It needs to be relatable. It can't be too out of this world.
All right,
so
can't be
what phase in development is this right here? Obviously, we have our dude here for scale. Is this just the modeling phase?
So we're going through the Abyssal Basin at the moment and trying to figure out where we can create those sub-biomes, like what area is interesting. And we use a lot of modular pieces in the game, but every so often we want to highlight one area. And the best way to do that is to make a one-of-one unique asset. So this is something that Lorette has been working on. She's on the environment team as a sculptor, and she's doing amazing work.
Very cool. More shrooms. You guys are obsessed with shrooms, man. There's shrooms all over the place.
It's one of the Shardbluff shrooms. It's actually flat. It's designed to be compressed against a wall, and if you go near it, it like balloons outwards. So that'll be cool.
As a defense mechanism, I suppose.
I guess so. Or even just as an interactive thing. You know, one of the things Gezu is working on is the plant interactivity at the moment. And I want the world to feel like maybe not everything is physics-based interactive, but if you go near it, an animation triggers. If you fire a gun at it, an animation triggers. That's not to say that if you jump on it, it's going to wobble and jiggle. We can't do that for everything. But like the goal is that each of these plant assets has some level of interactivity.
Got it.
Yeah, down to the...
Some more beautiful shells from Halcyon Sea.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt they'll be monster-sized when you experience them in the overworld.
More work from Julian, who's it was interesting when Julian came onto the project. So Julian was a modeler at ILM. I think he built the Godzilla in the new Godzilla in the 2014 Godzilla movie. And so his
That's pretty
work,
impressive.
yeah, we've got some crazy talent on the team. But he started the project doing these really hyper realistic, large characters with all of this detail, and it's not the style of Illuvium. And so when he first came on, he was like frustrated trying to find that Illuvium style because it's like this mix of realistic and stylized. And we were jumping on calls, and he was like, "I don't want you to think I can't do it." And I was like, "Bro, relax. Like, it takes a while for everyone to adapt to the style of our game." And then within, like, I don't know, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, just blasting out stuff, picked up the style, and has fallen in love with it. Says he loves working on this type of work as opposed to just overly detailed stuff.
That's cool. Our talent pool is so deep. That's cool to have people from worked on Godzilla. That's fantastic.
Or built Godzilla.
Literally built Godzilla
Yeah.
with their own bare hands.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Just taking a look at some more environment
We have
assets.
some work on, Arena. Now Arena had worked on that. Just those little subtle things,
More textures and rocks.
Yeah, more
now,
work
what's the
from
point
Sean.
of this side by side? Is just to show more detail, I suppose.
We need variations, and sometimes if you're art reviewing something with details that are going to be layered in a shader, right? So this is a shader that needs to work procedurally across large areas, and sometimes that means the shader will have variation among it. And if I'm trying to review work like on the right, but I know that I want it to be clean for some areas, it's better to just show the two variations, and then you can review and go, yep, it works with and without. Let's move on. And then in the engine, those layers that separate those two materials get separated, and we can artistically paint in where we want those little divots and pore holes to go.
Wow, incredible detail. I think I duplicated the same image twice here. These are not different. They're just the same one.
It's tricking people.
Can you spot the difference between this one and this one?
These are the Halcyon Sea rock textures, by the way. So
okay.
Yeah, I love Sean's texturing work. He's another guy who's come onto the team with not a huge amount of experience, and now has just mastered it. He could go work at any AAA studio anywhere in the world now, no stress. Not that I want him to, but he could. Please don't leave.
By the way, everybody, we have videos coming up at the end of this stream. Don't worry, we're not going to just show you rocks, but we have cool rocks. Here's some more interesting pillar formations from Shardbluff Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. More work from Kendrick. Just loving it.
Look at the scale there, man.
Love
You're
this
so
old
small
school.
in this world.
Mm.
And I remember you telling me on a previous stream that you select the ones that you think are the best designs out. Like this is like a menu almost for you to choose which ones you like the most, right?
The inside joke though is that I always choose all of them, and then it's up to like Mark or Roger to actually go, okay, like let's actually select. To me, I'll use that.
I like
anywhere.
all of them. All these rocks are cool.
Yep.
It's like we can't make all of them. That's so cool.
We've gotten through so many assets.
Gosh, just beast mode. Small formations, medium and large formations. So many variations. 30 variations. So monstrous. These are slightly different. These are help me understand what these are.
Yeah, so these are more tunnel assets that Alexis has made, because that was actually in another video. I was a live stream this weekend. I was going through the updated Halcyon Sea block out, and people were like, those are the longest tunnels I've ever seen. So one of the big components of the Halcyon Sea are these tunnel systems, and we want to make them interesting and feel cool. So we're putting a lot of work into making them look unique. And we've got the luxury now of being able to block those out from a concept point of view. And those will be some of the last assets we create for the game. Scary.
Wow. Coming up on finishing the last assets for the game, everybody. So this is variation A. with more waterfall dripping waterfalls on the walls. This one's got more plant life or urchins. I don't know what those are. Just pointing out the variations here. And then this one has some obstruction in the middle of the tunnel for you. So we don't want it to be samey as you're traversing these tunnels.
Amazing work.
Incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible.
It is scary though sometimes when you think like, wow, oh, you've gone straight to the. So I'll do a live. I'll run around the level at the end.
Okay. I mean, there's a ton of these
this
images. These are my favorites from what you shared. I love these images, man. These are so clean. This aesthetic is so beautiful. This is Sanctum Mesa, right?
Yeah. So over the last 2 months, Salvatore has been grinding away on the Sanctum Mesa region, getting it to a point where we can, or I can jump in and start to like make the decisions on like what will be final in the game, like what launches. So he's done an amazing job getting it to that point. And then over the weekend, because it's relatively quick to go from where he's left off to final and polished, it's mostly just small, subtle changes, moving rocks and restructuring areas. I live streamed that over the weekend, and some of the people in the chat would have seen that work being done. And it's just, the level work is just incredible. This one's
a showstopper, bro. Do you see what's on the screen here, everybody? I'm sorry, this aesthetic is one of the best aesthetics I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's semi-stylized, it's detailed, but not too detailed. It's so the hub, am I streaming to you? Yeah, I am streaming.
You are. You want me to pull up the hub?
Yeah, let's pull up the hub.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
I'll show people. So the things I'm going to be working on over the next month are making sure that Sanctum Mesa is finalized, and that involves finalizing all the hard surface design stuff. So the hub has actually only been a block out in most of the screenshots we've shared up until now. And now I'm going in and like adding in all of the little details in this region. You can see I've even got like a mock-up animation. Ooh, and this is cool. the fusing platform. So it'll start like this. You'll go over to the fusing platform. The terminal will come up. Panel will open. It'll come up. Inside, let me tweak a little view setting there. You've got the 3 shard readers that you'll drop your shards into. As you drop each shard from your interface into the slot, it will absorb into the machine. One of these ejector things, nanite kind of particle ejector things, will eject the alluvial back out onto the board. You will then, after doing all 3, the machine will power on and it will start rotating faster and faster. And you'll have the ability to hit fuse on the character with a chance of it taking up certain stats from each of the Illuvials. So, if you've got 1 holo character and 2 non-holo characters, the chance would be like 33% of getting a holo out of that fusion. So it's got to be a really exciting thing in the game. And I wanted it to take place where you've got the beautiful overworld visible, because we don't have characters in the overworld that you can capture yet, but we can show the beauty of the work outside of the auto battles. So going to be amazing.
Is that fusion what was shown in the gameplay reveal trailer with the with Atlas and Axodon and everybody coming together? Got it. So that's going to take place here in it's really interesting that you get to physically walk up to this console and do it. You don't just go through some menu. I like that there's a physical place and a sense of presence to go through the fusion process.
The goal is always more immersion for the player. Make them feel like they're in the world. And if you rely on menu screens and stuff like that for those moments, you lose that immersion. There's obviously a time and place to use menus, but you don't want to do it for the spectacular things that you've grinded ages to work on. No one wants to spend, would you want to sit there grinding, 2 weeks to get enough characters to fuse them down into making a stage 3 fully holographic character, only to just have it be a shitty menu item that you just click fuse on and then bang, you've got another character pop out?
It just goes and it's in your inventory. I mean, that's so anticlimactic. Sucks, there's no feeling.
You've got to build this stuff up and make it amazing for everyone. So all of these types of things. And I just love that it's in the hub where the updated survival arena will be. And this is going to be like a hollow deck where around the board you will have custom skins loaded, and you'll be able to see regions that we render or various themes. There may be like a out in outer space theme, and it's like a hollow deck where the outside of the arena goes solid and morphs into the environment in which you're battling. So for the people grinding PB1 for the last few months and just getting a little bit bored of the monotone environment, you will have additional skins to work towards and grind towards to freshen up the arenas. And I think that's super cool. But
Agreed.
Yeah,
so here's a question from chat I wanted to bring up. We get this question a lot. This one's from Zodiac. Will you be able to see other players in Sanctum Mesa Hub? So we get this a lot. Yeah.
No, it's there. We have stacked so much on our plate. It's not that we don't want to do that, but I just really, really don't think people understand the ramifications of building something on the blockchain. The security, we might implement something that requires a security callback from the server. So we ping the server and say, does this correspond with what you, the player, has? And then it has to go through a bunch of checkboxes and loopholes to make it work on the blockchain. And if we start adding that stuff in too soon, too early, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot, because a lot of stuff, to be totally honest with the community, we won't know how it will play out until it's been beta tested. So we need to work with the community and not overload ourselves with unrealistic problems to solve.
Totally understand that.
We've already added enough.
Of course. Scope creep is a huge issue in game development, especially around here at Illuvium. We have so many cool ideas we want to do, and obviously every new idea extends the timeline. TSG brought up an interesting one. Additional arena skins, ? Potential revenue stream. So thoughts on, let's say the survival arena underneath here, maybe skinning it somehow and then selling those skins. What are your thoughts on those sorts of cosmetic opportunities?
It's what, if the fundamentals of the game are right, then those are the things that give the game longevity. If the fundamentals of the game suck, no one cares about them. So we've made sure, the reason why we're not showing this stuff and we're so late into development now and only just getting to this stuff is because we prioritize the fundamentals of the auto battler and the overworld experience as well as we could without dragging ourselves down on things like the character skins. You notice we didn't do those texture skins for the suits and stuff until the texture artists were freed up on character work and environment work. So those are the little details that we think will increase the longevity of the game. Even down to, I was showing people on the stream this weekend, what people don't realize is you will have the ability to customize the colors, the primary color of all your stuff in the game. So if you're the type of person who doesn't like purple, you will be able to go in and change the arena.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so that's something that was planned. So I had people commenting in the character leaks chats and stuff saying, oh, the art director clearly likes purple. And it's like, well, that's our fundamental Illuvium theme, but it's not what you will, as the player, be forced into. If you don't like purple, why, it's going to not feel aesthetically pleasing to you in the game. If you prefer blue, green, whatever you prefer, every hard surface element in the game has been designed with this 3-tone color palette, which is the same design philosophy as supercar manufacturers use because they want their car to look good no matter what. So you stick to 3 primary materials: silver, black plastic, and a painted color. And that guarantees that no matter what color combination you choose, it will work in the game. So if you're you want to rock pink, you want to rock
good,
pink,
dude. The pinky purples of
everything
Illuvium
will
aesthetic
change.
looks so good.
Yeah, your rifle will change to pink. We won't give people the ability to make every random thing different, because then you end up with the problem of people looking at streams of it and everyone's just rainbow gun, red So if you want to change the unified color across the entire game to your favorite color, you will be able to, but that will require you to do stuff in order to unlock the ability to do that. We're not just going to make that something that it's just a menu button and you swap. You start purple. If you don't like it, grind to change it.
It makes sense. You have to earn the ability to get that customization. Okay, that is awesome that you can change these colors, and we'll give more details on that in the future. But it's funny how excited people get. They're like, look at something and it's not their favorite color, and then all of a sudden you make it their favorite color, and they love it, just like a car.
Yeah.
And so it's incredible how powerful just a simple color change can be. And thanks for sharing that. That's really cool.
Very cool.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with Screen Share? Otherwise, we have a lot more leaks.
Yeah, go. Let's keep cracking away, because I will show people this in the overworld, this level in the overworld.
Oh my gosh.
You can see it's awesome. Real. I had a lot of fun this weekend. People were like, when's he going to stop streaming? And I was like, I don't want to stop streaming. It's too fun.
That's awesome, man. I mean, seriously, where else do you guys get to interact with the co-founder of a major gaming studio who just streams all weekend because they love making their game? I don't know any gaming executives out there doing that right now. You guys let me know if you know of any. Grant's like one of the only ones I'm aware of. Perfect. So let's go ahead and take a look at more of these beautiful stills. I thought these were gorgeous. I mean, we could just show it to them in the real Sanctum Mesa, I suppose. But with the sunset, it's just this beautiful
hold on, I'll get it
moment.
I mean,
it's okay. I'll just keep showing these shots, and then you go ahead and pull it up and take your time. But I just wanted to show these to everybody. These are my favorite leaks from the stream. We have animations; those are cool. But these are my personal favorite leaks. Just the sun-drenched atmosphere. The plants, the rocks, the water, the stars in the sky. It just, it's so cool.
Give me 1 second. I'm tweaking the camera parameters.
Take your time. We have plenty of images to show the audience. Groovy Daddy showing you some love. He loves the streams that you do.
Well, I love doing them. Most people don't know that pre-Illuvium, like the idea for the Leaks channel, my previous business, I did teaching CGI tutorials, and in between the lessons I would live stream me making the next lesson. So I'm not giving educational instructional content, I'm just sharing the process, and then they follow along the live stream of how I'm building towards the lesson. They get a rough ballpark idea of what I'm doing, and then by the time the lesson is finished, I would then break that down in meticulous detail. And I miss doing that on Illuvium, which is why I stream so often, because I used to stream I do 24-hour streams just inside 3ds Max modeling stuff. So every time I go back to doing that, I just love tapping in.
That's awesome. You're after my heart, man. I started in this industry full-time live streamer. I was one of the first 1,000 Twitch streamers. I just love streaming, really? And I love sharing. Yeah, I was one of the first, I think, 1,000 Twitch partners, and I was there a long time ago when it was called Justin TV, before it even became Twitch. Oh. But anyway, I love streaming and interacting with people. There's nothing more gratifying than doing something creative and being able to share it with people live. I'm looking at the screen over here. I'm seeing what you're sharing. I've got to show this to everybody and pull it up for everybody.
I will say a small disclaimer. So Unreal Engine relies on optimized assets to run smoothly. And the process of bringing something as complex as this into the game relies on bringing unoptimized versions. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting like 6 frames per second here, because the asset that I brought in from 3ds Max for the hub is like as high res as the version in Max. It's not been low polyed and optimized. So if as soon as I delete that asset, the frame rate goes back up to being like obviously a normal modern playable game. So don't
got it. This is not optimized. This is in development. Obviously. Yeah. Totally understand that. But he's within. Are you? I'm sorry. What console are you in within right now? Are we looking at this through Unreal?
Yeah, we're looking at this through Unreal. You can see that I've got the ability to like update the lighting. Whoops. It's just.
Yeah, so the frame rate is low because he has the ability to change all the parameters in real time, like where the sun is located, for example.
There are a few things that are quite stupid, right? Like I'm testing out the fusion mechanic, and let me get out of here. I'm trying to figure out the Did it just crash?
Yeah, I think it just crashed.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Oh, it didn't crash?
Yeah,
okay.
This is why you do the disclaimers. Yeah, so I'm sitting here trying to figure out if this fusion platform is the right scale for in-game. Is the platform big enough to fit 3 characters? So I've been running through testing different characters, but it actually was a little bit too big. So this whole thing will scale down. The whole fusion table will slow down. But the work that Salvatore has done in this level is amazing, and polishing it up over the weekend and just doing that last little touch is just, and look at it. You feel, like I said to people on the stream, when you're doing this stuff, why would you want to stop streaming? Because it's like, I don't get out of my house.
You know Inception, where they're like creating reality in real time as they're in it. It's kind of like that here when you're within this interface. You can change the rocks, you can change the time of day, you can change your reality. So cool.
Do you remember X-Men Days of Past?
I do, yeah.
So at the end of that, there was the apocalypse scene where like the young Apocalypse is like building the pyramids with his mind. And it's just so cool how in Unreal you can just like move mountains.
Just like that, with the click of a mouse.
Yeah, you just decide, hey, I want another ultra tall mountain. Bang, it's up there. And now it's there.
And boom, it's there. And that's how game development is done. That's how easy it is. Just drag and drop.
Yeah.
So players will walk through these sort of sandy pathways, traverse through these craggy rocks, and then reach the top platform. And then what you showed earlier is the fusion console, where they'll be fusing together multiple Illuvials to get a stronger one at that point. Well, and obviously underneath here, there is the battle arena for survival.
Survival arena, yeah.
Are there any other activities that players will be doing here that we want to highlight right now?
There's fusion, there's your storage locker, there are the stores for weapons, which will be accessed initially through terminals in front of the store. Okay. But eventually our plan is to have these be slightly different facades on each one to represent what it is. Right now, they're all identical. And inside the store, there will be an NPC character that you interact with to purchase things and trade things and stuff like that. That's long-term goals. That won't be in the first version of the game. But those are the types of things that when we run out of other stuff, we'll jump onto that. It doesn't make or break the game, but it just brings the immersion up a little bit as opposed to seeing a holographic terminal here in which you purchase stuff. You can walk into the store similar to GTA, and there's the items and stuff in the game that you can unlock. It just makes it a little bit more old school and GTA-like.
Oh my gosh, I can tell that work has been done here. This area is looking more and more polished, more and more finished. It's getting closer and closer to being just genuinely impressive. So exciting.
So the other thing is, right, like I just showed inside of 3ds Max, so you got this purple color here. So if you want to change that, maybe someone in the chat has like a certain color they want to see. But
hey, chat, go ahead and type in what color you'd like Grant to change this to. Put in your color options. I'll pull up color on the stream, and then Grant will change it for you in real time.
Yeah.
What color do you want this to transform to? We'll give him a few moments. All right, Chris Kimball says that he wants to see blue. So can you choose a shade of blue? Mm-hmm.
Yep. See the ship in the background, the Leviathan ship also updates.
Very good.
So like run around. And because of that 3-tone color system and the balance between and the harmony between the colors, there's always a set amount of blue, there's always a set amount of the black plastic, and there's always a set amount of the chrome highlighted by the LED illuminated stuff. It'll work with every color. So if some people like red.
Oh, look at the red.
The ship changes as well. And it still feels like Illuvium because you're not mixing and matching and you don't have that over-the-top control. I thought yellow looked amazing in the game, that kind of bumblebee style.
Yellow does look fantastic, yes. Yeah, there are a bunch of people requesting yellow. The most common request I'm seeing right now in chat is Gold. If there's, I don't know if there's gold. Maybe it won't look that much different than yellow.
I can set things to.
Ooh, that's looking gold.
Okay. I do have the power.
He's got the power. There's gold.
It's
Wow,
not,
that looks amazing.
Yeah, it's not the best gold I've ever done, as I've made entire tutorial series on gold. But this is work in progress, by the way, the Leviathan area. But once again, let me go back and just set it to like the default Illuvium purple, and you can change the metallicness of the material. Pink, actually. Let's go a bit more towards the purple. Work in progress ship, the Leviathan ship that crashes. And this game engine is just absolutely amazing. Just being able to move stuff around, and then the lighting, change the lighting. And just go like,
it's so funny looking, almost cartoonish to be able to haphazardly move such a massive ship around like that. Woo!
But the work that's going to this, I've also been live streaming some of it, and you can see that like that harmony between the colors is always consistent among all of the hard surface. So I don't know. There are a couple of projects out there that could learn a thing or two from that process.
We've got some Star Atlas fans in chat talking about they want to buy that ship for 100,000.
Fucking joke.
That's a pretty funny joke, TSG. Nice one.
Like I said, you can build all the spaceships in the world. You ain't going to build one better than me.
Absolutely phenomenal work. All right. Do you want to go ahead and show them some more leaks then?
Yes.
Let's do it. So
we've got some. Enough.
If that wasn't enough, everybody, we're not even halfway through this. We're a little more than halfway through. Okay, I'm glad I drank an energy drink. Let's show some more beautiful leaks here. Got some still images within the, I guess, interacting with a console here?
Yeah, we can skip past these. Yeah, this is the Ranger doing. Yeah, this is the Ranger. This is just some of the details from those terminals that I'm working on.
Okay, got it.
Getting down to the final fundamentals.
Understood. Yeah, we saw those in real time, so we don't need to really have a look through these too much. I will show them on the screen, though, because...
Fundamental design theory being followed to an absolute T. It's what I'm most proud of.
We have some Shardbluff Labyrinth, a number of images here. So I'm just going to go through these, and as I go through these, can you help us understand what is the purpose of creating these images and how is it helping the team in development?
Just more Vanya blockouts. So she did the blockouts for Halcyon, for Tiger Boreal that I was leaking for ages, and now she's working on Shardbluff. And as we do these showcase episodes, I just share more areas that she's blocking out. Once the blockout's finished in a few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, then we move on to the high res. And this is why we do it this way, so that when we go to the high res, if people watch that stream this weekend, they would really see just how quickly you can adjust things and build things if you have a clear vision for what you want to achieve. And if you don't have a good block out to work over, you're basically sitting there for ages just questioning, is this the right place to put it? Because you've got too much detail and you've got too many assets in the scene to be able to make those fundamental choices. So by doing it this way, by playtesting the blockouts like this, we save ourselves a huge amount of time. And once we get to the high-res phase for these regions, I'm going to get Vanya to do live streams, Emil to do live streams. Dimitri and myself are going to do live streams from the office where we're both editing the worlds at the same time in the same level, which is what Unreal Engine gives you the ability to do now.
That's insane.
That's going to be insane.
Creative live collaboration. And where can people catch these streams? They should be following us on Discord as well as Twitch, right?
Yeah, make sure you're in the Discord and you're checking out the CC streaming. I would love to do some of these streams more officially on the Twitch, but the problem is I've got to jump between stuff so often. I'll just get a random call that turns into a problem that you've got to solve, and I've got to be available to just kind of jump on and off streams. So
totally understand that.
Until we get to a little bit later in the piece, I've just got to continue streaming in the Discord.
That's fine. And that's another reason to join our Discord is exclusive content, interacting directly with our co-founders. Come on. Can you do that for Call of Duty? Can you do that for Legend of Zelda? Can you do that for Pokemon?
Nope.
Hell no, you can't do that. Not even close.
I know very well. I know very well of how one thing or two things in a game can completely break it and make you never want to go back. So if you can't voice your opinion, and it's just become so commonplace now to just suck it up, like, I just spent $50 on a game. Well, guess that's that gone. I'm never playing that again 10 minutes into the game. So if you felt like, well, what if I go into their community, see what the sentiment is? Hang on, that's already been voted on. They're working on it. Like, and if it hasn't been voted on, well, I'm going to go in and pitch it. So we believe in that truly and fundamentally. It's part of the game's law, like backstory, and it's what's going to make us, I think, very, very separated and unique from other studios. We can't do things perfectly, but if we don't, we do expect the community to fix it for us or point out what the sentiment is for us.
Awesome. So we actually view our community and people that are watching the stream as an asset that can help us make our products better, rather than somebody we're trying to fend off and to shut up and beat down so we can sell more products. It's a very different relationship with your customer, with your community than legacy gaming, right? We're taking it the complete opposite approach. And you can't expect different results as a game studio unless you do things differently. And this is one of the ways that we're doing things differently.
We don't know if it's going to work. No one does. Like, it's part of the... I'm sure a lot of dictators throughout history have feared giving control back to their population because who knows what they're going to do? You know, are they... You know, who knows? And it's a scary thought. But fundamentally, if you don't like dictators and you don't like one person having unilateral power over how something you love goes, you've got to do it this way. I don't want any one person saying how Illuvium should go. I don't even want that power, you know?
Makes sense, and that's why we're a DAO. Let's get into more leaks. We have videos. So that for those of you that stuck around toward the end of this showcase, we have the videos at the end. They're the prettiest. They're the shiniest. Let's get into it. Here's our first video.
Oh, God, I have...
What?
This is a work in progress battle. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. So
it's okay. I'll just play it and then you can let us know. It's all good.
We'll deal with the problems later.
Yeah. Shove it on the air.
Everything you're seeing is work in progress.
Oh. Hold on, it's giving me an error.
Happened?
It's giving me a playback error. Google Drive. Hold on, let me fix
it. Aaron has jumped in. He's like red alert. He's shutting the screen down.
He deleted it.
He's deleted it from the Google server.
That's hilarious. All right, let me try playing it again. Here we go. Yeah, I tested all these before. There we go. It's working now. There we go.
Jeez. What is this video? I don't.
You're putting out links. I don't know, man. You sent it over to me.
Is this got audio on it?
It does not have audio.
No.
No. Maybe I'm listening. I'm monitoring it. There's no audio.
Man, I was just slinging links at you like that scene in Predator where he's just blasting the minigun into the forest. So I didn't even know what I sent you.
I love that scene. That's one of my favorites. He's mowing down the forest. Yeah, he's basically cutting down trees.
I will get my way on this, but the Stage 3 pistol shrimp was originally not meant to have like a laser cannon. It was meant to have the dual miniguns because I wanted to recreate that Predator scene in the VFX.
Oh, I love that Predator scene. I think we're dating ourselves with the Predator reference, but that's fine.
It's a lot of references in this game to stuff we liked.
Yep.
I don't know what these leaks are. They don't seem that exciting compared to other stuff. Like, what is it?
We're just going to go through them. I mean, you gave them to me to leak, so I'm going to leak. If we're going to leak it, we're going to leak it. So here's another one. You're putting out some stuff on the battle.
But are these meant to have sound, or is this VFX? Like, I don't even know anymore.
I am monitoring the audio. There's no audio on this clip. If there's an audio on the clip, I will play it for the audience. But there's no audio on this.
What?
Yeah.
I swear from memory, these were sound updates from the sound guys. Maybe it's in a format that's just not playing sound. It was like
maybe it does have sound. Grant, maybe it does have sound. Let me see if I botched that.
Because
I
they
think you're
were.
right. These are SFX updates, aren't they?
Nico's like, you son of a bitch.
No, it's not muted, and
No?
it is not muted, and that's the way it is, man.
Well, that's my bad. Not all the leaks can be God tier.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was meant to be sound stuff there. I'm like, my mind is, I don't know where I am right now, but I think I remember that meant to be. Maybe sometimes on Discord, I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, well, these were meant to have sound. We'll have sound next time, so we'll skip over these. Sorry to Nico and the SFX team. We'll go over those, but I guess these are all sound updates then?
Possibly, yeah. Let's skip over them then.
Okay.
I'm 99% certain these are meant to be sound updates showcasing new synergies or...
This one's not a sound update, though, is it?
Man, I'm getting a little bit scared because idle VFX. I've sent you so much stuff this week that I've literally lost track, which very rarely happens with art stuff.
Yeah, this is what happens when you do a world record-breaking amount of leaks. Ooh, these idle effects. I love the electricity. I love this electricity. That's beautiful.
The idle. So yeah, week by week, you can see. Last week we had the ultimate. Now we've got the idols.
Very cool.
From Aberfazel, doing amazing stuff. Love the coil between the tentacles. But yeah, very cool.
Church of Squizz. Very good.
Can you become numb to leaks? Is that what's happening?
You might be numb to leaks. I'm not sure. Now this one right here is a big leak.
UI.
Updated UI. This is a big leak. World's first world premiere. PB2 UI.
Updated leaderboards. We've got new information. You've got augments in there. You can see some of the augment artwork that I created with Florian. Florian has done an amazing job. Checkpoints. Some of this stuff is not final, but we're like in design and theoretically it is final. I love the colorfulness of it. All the artwork popping off for each character. You got the Illuvitars in the high scores on the left. If you zoom in on those, you can see each of the Illuvitars. So you can see now you get an idea of kind of like what your Illuvitar will be like and how you can distinguish it from others. Now that's obviously the smallest version you're going to see, but
I'm excited to have, this kind of brings it to life for me. I'm excited to have the avatars in a game actually look different. So it's not like, on BattleNet and what have you, you see a million Rainers and there's only 50 avatar options. To have them all be unique or almost all unique is going to be that's going to be the first time we're ever going to experience that in a video game. That is really, really exciting. The only time you can even kind of get close to that is like if you have like a Facebook integration and then you got pictures of people holding their kid or something on there, right? Like this is going to be the first time. That's really,
a lot
really
of waifus.
A lot of waifus. This is cool. I'm gonna just zoom in really quick on this area so everybody can check this out. Shows you your wave,
the rank badge.
You placed.
Rank badges won't be a thing in PB2, I don't think. But I designed those with Florian to, like, when you play Rocket League as much as I had over the last few years, their rank borders and the rank you hold is such an integral thing to making you feel good at the game. Like, why is my rank different from that person's rank? And so I really wanted to like up Rocket League's design philosophy, because they did lay down that foundation, which I've copied, but then updated it to the Illuvium style with 3D badges, sorry. And I think the cool thing is the badge that clips onto the Illuvitar's frame also will be on your Ranger as like a little army like clip without the Illuvitar part on the top. So if you zoom in on the actual badge itself.
Sure, I'll go back to the badge. Absolutely. Yeah, that's really exciting. That's an exciting detail. All right, let me pull this up. So you're talking about when you're referring to, I'll just wait for it to get to the right part.
Yep.
And pause.
Up
you're talking
the top
about right here, right?
Yeah, that badge that goes over the top. I've asked Florian to make that bigger and more prominent, but that's like a holographic stage 3 holographic rank, not stage 3, but like tier 3 or whatever. From memory, I don't know what exactly we're going to call each rank anymore, but each rank goes up. You get a notch. So if you're holographic, but only one notch in the badge on your character, there's only going to be one of those notches. It's a lot of intricate detail, and we've tried to keep all of the design philosophy sound and consistent. You know, it's like stage 1, 2, 3 Illuvials, rank 1, 2, 3 holographic, and then you go up to the next rank, and then rank 1, 2, 3. So really cool.
That is really
Keeping
cool.
things
And so just to
consistent.
clarify, you mentioned that this would be on, like, potentially on your ranger. You'll have that
Yes.
on
Yes.
your chest.
Yes. If you zoom in on your character in the game,
Wow.
you'll see your rank. That I think is cool. Little details like that.
That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Okay. I think that's the first time we've ever shared that information. This one does have sound. So I thought this was the only one with sound today. So let me pull this one up for you.
I mean,
So
it's highly...
here, I'm going to play the sound for you on this one. Here we go.
This must be the synergy. Bonding. And now all the sound for PB2 has been updated, by the way. If you thought sound was good before, you get that echo, like you're in the cave of, you know, that...
Oopsie.
There's this bonding to those characters.
The video is meant to be bad. It's just sound. You're supposed to be listening.
Vince, Nika, Joe, they're all freaks. They're the best sound team in the world, I reckon. They're just so good.
Discord notification.
With the frog.
I don't know. I couldn't see the video quality is so bad. That's awesome. Close in a Discord notification. That's great. So really quick, we're just assuming that people know what bonding is. There was a question in chat. What's bonding again? So do you mind explaining just on a basic level, high level, what bonding is?
It's like linking your affinity to that of the character you choose. So if you want to be fire, bond yourself to a fire alluvial, which assists you in getting more synergy, your synergies up. So there's in PB1, it's, I think, I know I'm going to reference TSG or Scoriox here again. He's going to make another little 30-second clip video about it. But I think there was a video showcasing how you couldn't get to... it was Najafe Plays. It was Najafe Plays where you couldn't hit a certain amount of synergy tiers, right? So doing bonding allows you to, like, if you're like, you need 3 fire, you bond yourself to a fire character. Now, bang, you've got 3 fire synergies, and you get the rewards from those compounding synergy effects. Najafe Plays. I think you're muted. You've muted yourself.
I am muted. I'm muted.
Yes,
I
there's
drank
a lot of
some
sound
water.
problems today.
Let's check out this one. I think this one had sound. Let's check it out.
So you see all the lines of each character. Just more bonding. More bonding. But you're seeing updated sounds from the Illuvials here. That sound from.
Man, these sounds are, they just sound so huge, so
Yeah,
impactful, so big. It sounds so grand.
The Illuvials aren't making sound here, so maybe this video is outdated. See, it makes the sound now, whereas the cuckers didn't.
Indigestion. Man, the Illuvials sound so wild. It adds so much color to be able to hear them.
Oh. The echo you get from being in that chasm, they're really gonna... It's world class. They're pretty long videos. I don't think people want to literally sit here and watch every single character in the beta, but I just figured I'd send them to you so we could just jump between them or something like that.
No problem. Yeah, there's just a bunch more of these. Lots and lots of those. So there you go. That's all the sound for you there, and I think this is more of that as well.
I'll share these videos afterwards, and you can just watch them in the Discord. Oh, Ramfire. There we go.
Ramfire, yep.
Yeah, skip over to Stage 3. Everyone's like, no.
So cool. Okay, yeah, we'll do more of those detailed leaks through our Discord. So if you're not already following our Discord, this is more motivation for you to get more in-depth. And this one was just audio. Do you know what this one is? This was just black,
Obelisk
and it was
sounds.
just Obelisk sounds. Okay, should we be quiet and listen to Obelisk sounds now? Here we go.
Sure. Can you stream me in the overworld while you're playing this?
Yes.
Do that, because I'm actually on the Obelisk right now.
This is Obelisk activation, I believe.
Yeah, so like in the game, obviously when you teleport, we're going to do some really cool shit. And this Obelisk will actually, like in the trailer, it comes from down in the ground, up through the water, rises, you activate it, teleport, wormholes, holographic stuff happening. It's just going to be wild in the game.
Okay. That audio is amazing. We have another audio clip.
We want to sit here all day.
Some more Obelisk action.
This is the activation, I think. It like cracks. Oh!
Yeah. It sounds so ominous. Holy moly. Definitely some lightning cracking, rocks crushing.
I'm actually going to be set dressing this tomorrow on a stream, just detailing this area inside of Unreal Engine. So if you want to see that process, but yeah, like Peter is away on holiday at the moment, one of our VFX artists who's going to be working on this effect. But basically, when you launch into the game, the obelisk won't be activated, and you will have to go through that process. And when you do your very first teleport through the level, I want that to be a truly iconic and rememberable experience, like cinematic through and through. So everything about this has to be perfect.
It's all starting to come together. It's all becoming real, Grant. Here's the last obelisk sound. So I've been cycling through Obelisk's audio. This is the 4th clip.
Yeah, these will be some of the sounds that you hear procedurally in the Sanctum Mesa region as you're running around. So even though it's this kind of like nice, peaceful, idyllic, and scenic holiday spot on an alien planet type scenario, you've got the ominous sci-fi tone, like underlying it all. Like stuff happening that just makes it feel a bit weird and different, and like you're on a, like it's all very unique.
Yeah, it's creeping me out right now. I love it.
So funny, this is where we did the trailer, the first shot in the trailer where certain things missing from the level, like the crashed spaceship, but yeah, that's what she...
Otherworldly is the perfect word to describe it. I agree with that.
Cool.
All right, there you go. Those are the audio clips. I think we are like, I think that was it. Was that our last leak? Oh, no, we have more leaks. Come on.
You scared me for a second there, man.
God, we have even more leaks. God, here's another leak.
Snaily.
Oh, this one has audio.
Yeah.
Check this one out, everybody. Somebody gift that.
TNT.
Can you do your best impression of that right next to it, side by side?
Get lost. I actually voiced Atlas in the game.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did it.
Wow, you guys.
Like, how do you do that? How do you do the Atlas? I gotta like. You do.
Whoa, that's awesome. Are those sounds you've practiced earlier in your life for like something else, and then you're applying it to Atlas, or did you just come up with that random sound?
No, well, I actually did want to make the sound for Atlas. I thought that was cool. Just do one of them, do one character. But when I used to stream back doing hard surface modeling, I once said that I would imitate the Jurassic Park roar, the T-Rex roar, and he's like, you got to do it. And I never did it, and I stopped streaming, and he hit me up on Instagram like 6 months ago. He goes, you still owe me that T-Rex roar, man. So
can you do it?
I'm not doing it, man. This is gonna last the test of time. I'm saving that.
You're really good at it, huh? Like, you have a really good T-Rex roar.
I'm not good at it, but the point is I'm not going to just embarrass myself on stream. Like,
I'll do it right now.
No, don't do it.
The T-Rex roar. I'll do it right now. Not bad, right? That wasn't too bad.
Kind of sounded more like the Obelisk, to be honest.
Did I? Damn.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. That
was horrible. Oh, that was horrible. Perfect. Thank you.
Love it.
All right, I'm done.
He just throws it in there one more time.
Let's move on to the next thing. Let's see. Oh, hold on. We have another leak we want to show here. Okay.
Just look at his eyes. He's like my favorite character. He's like just hands down my favorite character. I cannot believe we're making this game.
This
Piece
one right
by
here
piece,
is pretty cool.
I forget Pokemon. Yeah, I forget Pokemon and it's happening. Oh, so another VFX update from Jesse. So once again, all the NFT characters need that passive VFX, and wait until you see all of these rendered in the final V-Ray version. So cool.
So is this going to be, this is a looping animation that for the NFT, correct?
Yeah, this is not like a final render. It's just for me to review the smoke plumes or the air plumes generated from his holes. Yeah.
Chat has decided that I'm not allowed to voice anything. That's fine. That's fine.
I thought it was pretty good, to be honest, man. It was better than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's really hard to do the T-Rex sound, namely because it's like a hybrid of 3 animals in a truck, as you're aware. So it's actually the ringtone. It's actually the ringtone on my phone. It's my favorite.
Oh, no way!
It's my favorite sound effect of all time, as the T-Rex roar. Anyway, it's also my favorite movie to watch with my wife. So
I love that movie.
We watched it one time on an aircraft carrier on the that was pulled up to New York. It was great. Okay, here we go. We got some more leaks.
That's fucking cool. Like, it was a little thing they did to remind you of the second movie.
Yeah. There was an aircraft carrier that's a museum in New York, pulled up to the side of New York on the New Jersey side. And so basically you could set up and have a picnic and have wine and food or whatever as the sun set. And they played Jurassic Park on the deck of the aircraft carrier. It was freaking great. Yeah.
So hair simulation from Maria. So they're Yannick and Maria.
Beautiful.
Yeah. For the NFTs, you do hair, you got to make the hair dynamic. Otherwise, they feel lifeless. Like, that's the problem when you, like you said at the start of the stream, the best way to go through life is to just do B+ work the entire time. Because
yeah, there you go.
Once you go to this level, like triple septuple, quintuple A. It's everything has to be perfect down to every hair fiber. Like as soon as you start doing hair sims, if there are a few hairs that start clipping through places, you know, you got to fix it, and it's hard. So we will look back on this in 20 years, and I think it will hold up.
I hope so. Here's another one.
Stage 2 Rogue Idols, which is based on me, I guess, the stabby guy.
Yeah, I think it is.
From ambush you. Very cool seeing these guys come to life.
Mm-hmm.
I also love showing it in this form. So then when we finally...
This one's ILV porn? I don't understand.
It's because when we upload certain things, it doesn't... it censors it. The Discord bot censors false nudity. So we've got to cover stuff up.
It's
seriously
pornographic. These graphics are so good, they're pornographic. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
That is so funny.
I think we're getting toward the end here, guys. There's so many leaks. Like Grant and I are running out of gas. I think this is like the last one here. Oh yeah, why is there a box around this? Is this just showing like the area that its model is taking up, or help me understand the box?
Yeah, you're seeing the bounding box for the simulation. So it simulates the fur inside of Yeti, which is, I think, what Yannick uses in Maya, the hair strands, and rather than simulating a larger area, because it's very complex, you know, hundreds of thousands of hair strands, it's only simulating the volume that the fur is contained within. So these updates, obviously, like I'm not being shared these by the team with the intention of them being leaked to be presentable. It's just part of, you're seeing what I'm reviewing basically each week. Mm-hmm. Part of my job when I'm not creating shit is reviewing and art directing the game. And these are the things I get sent. So, and someone asked, can we see some capturing animation? Here's a little update. This is not how it will look final in the game. This is a block out without VFX, but the capturing mechanic, I will say, after doing an hour and a half review with Kostya and Andre tonight, who are implementing that system into the game, it is looking unbelievable. The combination of the updated UI, oh my god, I'm having a mind blank. The dimensional stability, all of the VFX, the selections, it's so many details. Like I'm on a call with them and they're like, I'm like, is there a parameter to adjust the fall off on the Mozart spotlight camera at this point in time? And then he's like, yeah, just go into the game settings here, tab, tab, tab. There it is. Bang, tweak that parameter, lock that off. And there's like 80 of those in that one capturing flow mechanic. So I can guarantee people are going to love it.
That's great. Grant, that was all of the leaks. It was actually more than 86. It was way more than that. Holy moly. It was like over 90 leaks this week. Thank you so much for sharing all of that content with us. We really appreciate it.
No problem, man. I'm loving doing these episodes.
So fun, right? Next week, Grant, what was that? I just heard you promise you're going to do the T-Rex roar. See, I had the balls to actually do it. You're going to do it next week.
No, fine. I'll do it next time I'm on the show.
Perfect. I knew mine was going to be bad, but it doesn't matter. Everybody, say goodbye to Grant. We're going to wrap up Illuvium Showcase coming up over an hour and a half. Be sure to tune in each and every week the exact same time on our Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Subscribe and follow those to not only catch Illuvium Showcase every week to get the behind the scenes on Illuvium, but also Illuvitalks, which is 24 hours after this episode every week, where I bring in the smartest people in the GameFi industry. We discuss the future of the metaverse, NFTs, and where this industry is going to give you more insights on the future of, hopefully, the future of gaming, right? We want to make this space better, and so we're leading the conversation as a game studio through that show, Illuvitalks. And if you have not already, be sure to build your freaking avatar already. Illuvium avatar equals Illuvitar. Go to illuvium.io/Illuvitars today and be sure to build your Illuvitar and get ready for that upcoming sale. Gotta buy them all. Adios, amigos. See you in the next one.
Unreal.